It's so nice to de-stress. If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world. It's so nice to de-stress. If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Yo, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Glad you make it. Sorry, I was so quiet. I was setting up stuff while she was over here making sounds.
Next on the agenda.
As you can see, I got the mic on today. They're not doing any construction, not making any banging outside.
This realm is truly beginning to
Tired and annoyed. Oh my dog. Hey, um, it might you might want to check the food that you're feeding her. Either she's still hungry or the food is not good enough. Oh, I didn't buy this? Stray, what's going on? How you doing? I saw that you just woke up too. Sleep well? Yeah, they're not doing construction today, so I'm thankful, but to say the least.
If you ever have it.
You can do that, but also check the food.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
So today is going to be something I want to do to like get to know you guys a little bit better. Um, I want you guys, like, I want today, to allow the chat specifically to ask me questions. You can ask me anything as long as it's not illegal, legally binding, or involving personal information of other people. I'm willing to answer any questions. But I'm gonna announce that when everyone else gets in. I need to go set that up. Oh god, I can already see your face, Trey. teleporter right here. There we go. For those who still play, you know, this spot right here, you get a lot of crystal flies. And in Fontaine, you get this crystal fly trap. You can get 15 every week. Yeah, I've never used it. I've never had anybody who would want to join in to use that glitch. Really? Actually, working a little too hard on that one. What am I? Pick you out.
Oh, how exciting! I'll catch up.
Specifically, like bitch that you just. Yeah, I see. I never got a chance to try it. I wanted to do it, but I never had anyone that would want to do it because they were afraid they'd get banned. I mean, a valid fear, but I didn't think it would be that serious. Today on the game, I'm gonna try my best to finish the event. Yeah, especially if you were like early in the game and you wanted to go at Inazuma. Because Inazuma is so fucking far. And unless you're like playing the story, you don't get to Inazuma till like AR 30, I think. AR 30, I think.
Shower me with praise! Let my name echo in... Here comes the catch. Wait, hear me. Go as one! As a good knight should.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, I can use this. Can't use that.
Steady as...
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Yoo-hoo! Let the world collide! I swear by my sword! Time to clean up!
What did you think that was gonna do to me? You have to put the portable waypoint on a specific NPC standing with staring. What? Oh, that one.
Someone
Yeah,
needs
yeah, I know about
assistance.
that one. I'm talking about the one that you would be in an idle animation, and somebody would punch you or kick you or skill you, and it would push you in your animation, and you would just fucking fly. Hmm. That one, I was just like, I need to try that, but my friends didn't want to do it because they didn't want to get banned. They feared that they would get banned.
Time to shine. Wait, hear me. Here comes the catch. I must leave no stone unturned.
Like I
as
said,
good
it's a
knight
valid
should.
fear. But this team Noelle is fucking nuts. Well, off of the resin. So let's see what this got me. Oh my god. Okay. Ugh. Oh, this is good. I didn't even know I had this. This one, I need to see what this goes into. Oh, okay. Stop going into crit damage. I need attack or ER. Dang it. I'm getting
You
those
seem
for
tired.
Shinyu. Needs a lot of ER. Flower is terrible. But I have nothing better. I'm sure I can find a better fit. No, I can't. I wish she had. Wish I had an ER. No ER on it that I can get. This is like the best. Like if I give her this, I'll be able to find something better. But this needs to go into ER.
Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
It's something. It's definitely something, Stray. Right, so it's time to continue the story. Like I said, you can ask any questions you want to me. I will answer as long as it's not illegal or releasing information on people.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Dad?
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then. Let's go.
Okay.
Next on the agenda.
That is far. What the fuck? 1,000?
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gamin, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
But the winter melon cake you gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon,
Read the room, Paimon. Oh my god.
Healthy buck.
Supposedly the Genshin roadmap will be 5 years, but
this place looks nice and open.
Oh.
Why don't you all rest
Oh.
here for a second?
Okay.
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Well then.
Oh, but
Just let him go.
okay. We'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
Yo, why are you using a blacklift?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present
Interesting
your
fighting
exquisite
pose.
ornaments at once.
Indeed, bring them forth readily and without protest.
Ah! What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... Leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Gaming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
He has wings. What the
A
fuck?
thorny foe indeed. Let us depart. and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away! Let us away!
It's because he's one of the deer. He's the deer adeptus from earlier in the game.
Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
But coming, if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
All is going to plan.
Retainer?
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
Hey, it's Zhong Li.
Oh no, what is he doing here?
Good sir, please listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can.
Hey,
There are
yo,
bandits
Monster,
in the
what's up? How
area.
you doing?
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh,
Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you.
ah, I see. It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just, had some cake stuck in her throat.
I had a joke, but I'm not gonna say it.
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millelith at once. Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise, wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
We're way behind schedule.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the
What was the
guardian
point of
is
us
his
moving there?
son.
They could have just
Ming.
made us go
The
here.
name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill.
Hello, Zep.
He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. Ones not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and
Paimon.
upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed. It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushou dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried.
I have heard about that. I don't know if I can put like a lot of faith in that theory, but I have heard it. There's a lot of coincidences that people compare with, like, oh, the crown of her head, her boots look like the pillars, and her color scheme, some offhand stuff that people have said about her, especially like Razor and uh Kazuha, and then what the Millisween had said about her, like, like she doesn't sound or smell or it's a lot of stuff that people say about her offhand that makes her seem like otherworldly. And it's like, oh, she's gotta be the god or something. Like, I think it's something different. Since, like, my thing is she's probably somebody that's supposed to guide the traveler back to her brother or back to the sibling because of what her name is. Like, a lot of the times when the characters are named after a specific deity or devil or god, they have attributes to that being specifically that they share the name of. Like, Paimon is if you read the Divine Comedy, Paimon is the name of the demon that guides you down to hell, or that guides Dante down through hell. So I would say maybe she's more or less like a divine leader or some type of guide that's supposed to supposed to lead the traveler back to their sibling in some way or form. But that's just me.
When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old. Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushou dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Sure.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
That's good advice.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery? You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid.
Which character?
The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words.
Oh, Gaming.
Oh, Gaming is back! Hey, Gaming, we're over here!
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Huh? Oh, okay.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
Well, you're on to something, Zeppelin, actually. And the funny thing about Gaming specifically is that his name is one of the few, well, I think the only character in Genshin without their name being Cantonese. Because if his name was Cantonese, it wouldn't be called Gaming, it would be Jaming.
So, that's how we're starting off?
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow
No,
I was never able
that's
to close that
backwards.
distance.
Jaming.
People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the
Oh,
start.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Like sneaking up on us while we were distracted.
But not in Genshin,
Unless,
it'd be
of
Jaming.
course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
Did you just riz two gods? What the fuck?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me? I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show what I
Tommy,
was capable
welcome,
of,
welcome.
it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
Definitely is.
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
I mean, it won't hurt to try.
I'll do my
But-
best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed.
Well, as I was saying to chat earlier before you guys showed up, I'm gonna use this time to get, you guys to get to know me a little bit better. And I was gonna open up this chat as, you guys can ask me any questions you want, as long as it's not revealing any confidential information or illegal stuff. So you guys can ask anything within those parameters, and I'll be willing to answer. I won't lie or hold anything back.
Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
What the fuck?
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh?
I think it'll be more in the lines of
Oh,
Japanese, not
Of course.
British.
Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I hope I didn't keep you. My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
It would be an honor.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Okay, once again, why are they making us walk over there? They can just teleport us there. It's literally a cutscene.
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard. As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
You never change, do you?
Killa, what's going
why
on?
did you have
Welcome
us
to the
walk all
stream.
this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Oh, what the fuck?
So, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time? A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you! I thought you were Director Hu.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway.
I wouldn't call him a stalker.
It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy... what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
I've only met Director Hu a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied. This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu. I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was, awkward.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing. Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like shell lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Menogias was the only Yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
Okay.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days.
That's hilarious.
If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Xiangli. See you later.
See you next time.
Oh, interesting fucking...
Coming.
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but... Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shinhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
No need. I'm not tired.
They're gone, Master. Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance.
I don't know
Do you
why,
remember
but
the
she's so
plan when
fucking
recounted
hot.
to you?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love.
What the fuck?
So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme? I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety.
Maybe it's the glasses. I haven't.
Or it would be if one
I don't
was
know.
not
Maybe it's
forced to drink
maybe it's
it
the
every day
glasses.
in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe serious right now?
What the fuck?
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have
With
forgotten
a straight face. Oh my god.
various eccentricities. What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other.
That's
It would
actually
be a
really
great
impressive.
comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk. I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
I think it's more than a poker face. That's genuinely how she
Let's
is.
move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, best not have it just yet.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that any longer. Coming. I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads. But you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh. Just think about it, okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before. But thank you, Dad.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon sure hopes they've made up by now. Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all? Hey, you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Who's this voice actor?
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
Which way? This way. Wait, hold up. Is Shinha in... Yeah, they're still there. Hold on, let me see what they say.
Master, did I say something wrong earlier? I tried to go along with your questions, but when I saw how you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way, but the outcome proved favorable. The plan was a success.
Then I helped?
Naturally. Your purity of spirit is one of your greatest strengths, Shenhe. You need not change who you are.
She's just brutally honest. Shinha is violence the character. Hold on. Let me fix this team up real quick.
I trust you have packed ample foodstuffs?
Once I have her.
We're way behind schedule.
Oh yeah, I got Farina too. Now let me explain this. First of all, I got hella lucky on her banner. I had guaranteed pity, right? So I got her within like 10 pulls, 20 pulls? No, 30 pulls. I got her in 30 pulls. Then after I got her, I went to the weapon banner, and then I got this in a single 10 pull. And as I was talking to Death, right? I was like, hey, I didn't get Charlotte, because Charlotte was on her banner. And I pulled for her again. Literally after the, I had her, like, the 10 pull after getting her, I got her Constellation 1. And I was like, oh shit, right? And I still didn't get a Charlotte. And I said, you know what? I'm nowhere near gonna, like, that'll never happen again, right? I'm not gonna get another Farina. I did it. I had 50 pulls left, right? Because I only had like 100 and something. I pulled again. Like, I did a 1 pull, didn't get anything. I did a single pull again, I didn't get anything. Then I did another 10 pull, and it went gold again. I was like, oh, fuck. Alright, I probably lost 50-50. That's way too lucky for me, right? So I got the C0 Charlotte, and then I got a C2 Farina. And I was like, what the flying fuck? That'll never happen to me again, ever. So now I have a C2 Farina with her weapon. I got all that within 110 wishes, I believe. That's way too far. You can axe Death. You can axe Death. He ain't here, but he'll vouch for me. Oh, it's Miss Pink herself.
Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course! Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan? And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? What? Auntie Shenyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry, Shenyun. Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanhe appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a lot to learn.
As for the next step...
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gaming?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say.
Where is Ningguang? Hold up.
To gather the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty.
Hold up. I'm noticing that this lantern has no Ningguang in it. What's going on with this?
Fontanians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Oh, okay. Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea of yours.
Okay. Whew. So, it's like this.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite
Oh,
flying
shit.
competition. Since Xiao
Zep, I'm not gonna let that through
why don't we
because of what
also
it's
go
talking
buy one
about.
of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called. We can attach it to our kite.
Take it easy on that kind of conversation. I've actually went through and played all of the mini games, so I don't have to worry about like spending time wasting on that.
Welcome back. I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
I wouldn't say thanks is in need.
Yes.
It's
Here
just
you
that
go.
it's not the
Please
word
take it,
itself.
free of
It's
charge.
it's
directions
what
are
he
in the
was
box.
talking about in it.
It's not hard to install at all.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me a question. No, it's just what he was talking about. It's like, all right, let's not have the stream get hit.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
We already know we're gonna win, so what's the point?
Alright then, thank you. Phew, it's done. Let's get down to business.
Oh, I just had to sneeze. Oh my god.
Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
That's much better.
Chi-Chi, we're almost there.
Oh, that's cute. They look great in these, I'm not gonna lie.
Come here, allow me.
The lantern rite is as festive as ever.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
What's that?
That looks sick. New man is on water. Oh my god, she's hot. What the fuck? That's cool.
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
You can clip that if you want to, I don't care.
Wait. The wind. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful.
Okay, that's adorable.
Happy Lantern Rite. Happy Lantern Rite.
You're funny. You're fucking funny. You are fucking funny.
right, Traveler? Let's go find him! Oh, he's over there, talking to his dad.
Can't cut through that. There's a wall there.
Yeah. Got him.
Funny but factual? No, I don't think so.
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Oh, she's the new disciple.
Dad.
I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wushou dances in my time, but I've got to admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. And much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but... to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid. Alright, that's everything I've got. Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
It's very touching.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off.
That was very touching.
See you soon.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Damn, man.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Shenyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
That was very touching. Oh, they put glow-in-the-dark paint on it. Good story. Good story. Good fucking story.
Ad Astra at. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Is it that? I don't know. Yeah, but I did all of the Lantern Rite events, so you guys don't have to worry seeing me do all that. Another quest left. Wait until 2 days later. Are you serious? Oof.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! Didn't Zhongli say Hu Tao was also planning on spending some time in Xiaoying Village? We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her.
Yeah, that's cool.
The mountain air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired. Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit! Huh? Did you hear that? Sunshine! Blue skies! Good, right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things.
The game goes by its own time. It's not. It's not.
Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
Like, okay, it has a server reset time, which is at my time it'd be 4 a.m. So if it's like items don't respawn until 48 hours, they wait for the server respawn time. But if it's like in the game specifically, like wait for a day or two, you have to adjust the time yourself. Because the game itself has its own time. Yeah, I gotta do them ad breaks, man.
What are they doing here? Navia, Coran!
Ah, well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to
He
say,
is a very pretty character as
sometimes
well.
the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite to you too! Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've
Is
got
that
good
glitching?
ears.
That or your voice is just really loud.
Oh shit.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed. I suppose it's an asset.
Sure is! Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication. Wait, that wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed. That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
Doubting itself.
Exactly. You get me, partner. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now. So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Ah, Clarine, you're gonna be one of our favorite 4 stars.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try? Shout anything you want. It's a real stress reliever.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
Oh, I bet you guys are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Farina is here? What the fuck?
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Farina's also here? In Chaoyang Village?
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard. Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
Ah, that reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well. She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
I think so. We ran into Nervalette on the way here as well.
No,
but
you will
he was
come.
already on his
Nervalette.
way back, so they probably weren't together.
What? Nervalette was here too? What was he doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
You Fontanians and your tea drinking.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridesley, and now I have to buy him something. It was just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet. Ridesley gets really invested in that sort of thing, but he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Nervalette even mentioned it earlier.
You know, the funny thing is, when I first seen this character, I thought this was a mini skirt. I was like, wow, really? And this one, oh my goodness, what is this thigh squish?
Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
Yes.
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out. You must have had other plans for the day.
Oh, that's right. Who tell?
Oh,
A few
yeah.
days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Xiaoying Village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
I like how we call her partner.
That's good.
That's funny.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Chaoying Village later.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later!
Well, that was interesting.
Chaoying Village is known for its tea, but you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum! Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day. Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks. Now, let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
Really?
Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about Xiaoying Village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients. Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Meropide. But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji. Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli. Alright, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right.
I'm gonna bet neither of them are right.
Good afternoon, Hu Tao, Zhongli, and Farina! Oh, great. Now Paimon's shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Huh? Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
Wait, doesn't she know Zhongli? Or Zhongli knows who she is?
Looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli.
I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, traveler. But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over Teyvat, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy lantern rite.
But I'm questioning. Doesn't Zhongli know who she is?
It appears you have been to Fontaine then. Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Farina.
That's quite high praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier.
Oh, I'm aware.
Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine. Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
No. Yeah. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
Huh? Does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
You may not have heard, friends, but...
Miss Hu Tao.
Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients.
Yep.
Funny.
Okay, you
That's
think.
funny.
Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
What the fuck?
What's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
You know, I never really noticed how high these shorts on her are on her. Jesus Christ.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about.
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Farina. That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing
I don't pay attention. Like, I'm not looking at her legs.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area. You see? Paimon was right too.
Here's the thing about Hu Tao. She's kind of like themed as a Grim Reaper, but she's not. She is like very spiritually connected to the afterlife, but it's not in the sense of like she guides souls there. She's the funeral, she's basically like the head of the funerals. But you're not too far off on the whole Grim Reaper thing.
Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser. Hey, don't be upset. How about this? You buy
I didn't mean
Paimon a bowl
that.
and Paimon will also buy you a bowl.
Okay, let me explain something I told my wife last night to you. When I play, I pay attention to this part of the screen. I'm so used to FPSs that the middle of the screen is kind of where I put my focus on. So things here and here, I really don't pay attention to, because I'm so used to things like ammo being right here, or like and since here like characters are right here, I pay attention to here, here, and here, where the HP is. I don't really look at everything else.
Since I was the subject
I
of the
did not
bet,
mean to do that.
perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck. I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Did, something happen recently, Farina?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
Really? Oh no. Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all... Hey, it's not that big of a stretch.
Really, Paimon? It's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral?
Okay, Jay, what you trying to say?
Is simply helping prepare some props for my film. Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not the point. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned.
Because remember, I went from playing
it's
FPSs to
about time
playing
the
this.
industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly.
Like if I had an
My
eye tracker,
original plan was
you would
to
be
just
noticing that
relax
it's just
and
like
enjoy the
right
sights.
around here,
But then
and
I
then
ran
like
into
here.
Mr. Tao
I don't
and Mr.
really
Zhongmei,
don't.
and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
It's mostly because I
Sure
kind of
loves
don't
his
care
lofty turns of phrase.
about all
But if you
this.
ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh? Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
Stop being coy.
What? How did you guess that on your first try?
Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
Huh. Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
Here's the thing about the Genshin character designs, right? I have seen more art of them without their normal outfits, just either wearing other stuff or nothing at all. And so when, you know, that is not all that important to me. And that is cursed. That, yes, the game does like randomly have camera glitches, but good lord.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hu-Tao?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction. But speaking of your friend...
What about him?
He doesn't get out much, does he? Ah, no wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business.
The thing
can
is, I
take
haven't
much
done
discussion,
that.
so
I've
I
mostly
decided
played
to fetch some tea
FPSs,
for them.
so like I've
What a shame.
kept
That
my
gentleman
eyes
seems
like
a
on the center of the
sophisticated
screen
sort
or
of guy.
slightly
I
up.
actually think you two would have hit it off.
So I'm usually looking around here
Is that
and
so?
here.
Hmm? To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Chelsea
Well,
is
with
here.
the
Hello,
traveler
hello.
around, I'm sure you'll
Welcome,
have a chance
Chelsea.
to get to know each other at some point.
That's right. She's got more friends than she knows what to do with.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Nervalette into loosening up a bit. Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time.
That's why I get jumped from my left all the time.
Even clams open their
That's
shells
not
to let in
true. I
fresh
said
water
around
every once in a
here.
while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important. I've never heard of a demon that boring before. In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old. You're quite right, Miss Hu Tao.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina, those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Oh, it's Navia and Clorand. Hey, over here!
I literally had my head turned. I had my head turned. I'm sorry.
We saw you all chatting over here, and
I
I'm
was
wondering
responding
if we
to a
could join
message.
in.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine.
Ah, straight to the point. I like it. It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina,
Oh, yes?
when are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary.
Hey, Ice.
I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area.
I was talking about the
imagine
luck
they'll
I
be
had
even
on
harder to
Farina's
navigate
banner.
after dark.
Exactly.
I think that made
Just
Killa
like
laugh.
in those ghost stories. 8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But
Okay.
if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams.
Why are your eyes in the back of your head like that? What the fuck?
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
Of course.
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
She caught on. God damn it.
All in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please.
What's up, Killa?
And get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Qiaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
You didn't miss anything. You're just looking at a screen of 5 stars and 4 stars.
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious, Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Clorand is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So, all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sigewin.
Clorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that. They should all be things I can use, I think.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought
Well,
that much
technically,
stuff,
Farina's an old woman,
into
so.
one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually.
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what? Why did he take them? Oh, he's not hoarding treasure, is he?
That's quite the imagination.
That's fucked up, Paimon.
Monsieur Neuvillette just saw
Dragons hoarding treasure? Really? That's fucked up.
I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Meripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Clorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought. If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible as him. Right, Zhongli?
Pretty fucked up.
Indeed.
Corinne said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Meripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette. But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
Like, you see what I mean? Like how it seems like the most important part of the screen is here. Like I said, here and here. Like that's all I pay attention to, really. I mean, it would behoove me to pay attention to more of the screen, but it feels like my eyes are just lazy and sticking to the spots that are the most important.
We're way behind schedule.
What? You don't see anything, though. Oh, I see.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
No, I didn't. I said her thing. I personally said that her her outfit looks like a what's that word? Her outfit looks like a cosplayer Kipao.
Look! It's Neuvillette! We lucked out!
It looks a bit like one of those characters from Honkai Star Rail, just a little bit.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village. I see. Thank you for informing me. Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Clorant. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
Drink
You
water.
have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Oh, okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts, so I decided to have a go. We joked with Clarence some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. Well, a gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the fortress's showroom.
Ah, surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
Well, if you buy the black tea, yeah. The iced tea, they taste the same.
Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once. Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted, but now I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
It looks like lapras.
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
That was indeed one of my inspirations. Really? You like it? To tell
Yo,
you
he
the
genuinely
truth,
is
given
happy
your
at that. What the
unexpected
fuck?
arrival, I find myself
Bro, you need
quite
friends.
equipped to give you the welcome you deserve. Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is. That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted. You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite. Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol. But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does in part originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I guess that's the end of the quest? Is that it? Yeah, that was it. I did all of this. I picked Gaming. Yeah, all the stories are done. Oh, it took me 2 hours. I mean, I did some yesterday, but I did all of the event mini games yesterday, so I wouldn't like waste time on it outside of this during the stream.
Next on the agenda.
The fuck was that noise? Well, that was it for the lantern, right? See, what else do I have to get done? I mean, that's basically it. I did everything else. Maybe one more run to an artifact domain. Oh my god, here we go again.
I'll catch up. Gotcha. Let the world collide! I swear by my sword. Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
Hey, yo. Oh, I can actually use this. I mean, if you want to see my Noelle build, I can show it. I might have to set a command for like the characters that I play with a lot. Like I'll set up a command uh to say, you know, what character has what build. I'll work on that soon. But I'm using Marichus on my Noelle since I'm gonna be using Farina with her a lot. Marichus is like one of the best. So Farina as a character makes this set universal. If you put Yalan, Farina, and Jean on your team, you can basically put any DPS character here, give them Marichus Hunter, and they'll fucking slap. That's hilarious. And the reason why her crit rate is at 43 is because the artifact set, the 4-piece, when your HP goes down, or when your HP increase or decrease, your crit rate will be increased by 12% 3 times. So you'll get a max of 36% crit rate. So this is practically 100%.
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Shower me with praise! Let my name echoing!
Barbados, guide us.
I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would. Someone needs assistance.
See? Busted. That is how broken Farina is. You put that on a team, you basically you use this on a team, you basically have unbeatable. You missed it. I was explaining on how busted Farina is. Like, for example, if you have Farina, Jean, and Yolan on your teams, any DPS with Marichus Hunter will fucking slap. Do you need another example? Since you weren't here to see it. I tend to go here, see how fast I can take them out. But I can go to this guy. French Shorty. All right, well, it's about time for me to end the stream now. Got that 2 hours in. I was able to finish off everything I needed to finish off for the 2024 Lantern Rite. I just wish that there were more characters in the Lantern Rite. Like, there was no Kaching really. There was no Ningguang, which is kind of odd since basically Kaching and Ningguang are like the face of Liyue, which is weird to me. I don't. How would they not have a bigger role to play? If they were trying to sell the costumes for Ganyu and Shunha, they weren't in the costumes for very long. Like maybe 2 scenes, but that's it. They could have did a little better on that. I don't know what's going on with that. That's my criticisms on it. But other than that, the mini games are fun. The rewards are pretty good. Show got a new outfit, which is pretty nice.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Oh god, that's funny. What do I think of Pal World? From my short time of playing Pal World, Pal World itself is pretty fun. I just wish there was something to do. Now, when I say that, right, I don't want to compare Pokemon to Pal World like that, but at least with Pokemon, there's a goal. Like, beating the gym leaders, beating the Elite Four. On Pal World, it's mostly just survival, and you don't do anything outside of that. You catch as many pals as you can to help your survivability, but you don't really do anything other than that. If they had like a goal, like maybe some type of like battle that you can build up to be able to like, take over stuff, like instead of having us beat gyms, maybe obtain land or some stuff like that. Like I don't know. There's nothing to really do other than try to flex your base. Yeah, but those dungeons are designed to mostly catch the pals, like the dungeon pal. But I was playing Pal. Like I haven't played a lot of Pal World. I haven't played a lot of Pal World, but so far what I am seeing is you build a base, you hunt pals, you go into those dungeons, but usually you want to go into those dungeons to get the dungeon pal. Oh, okay. Then I haven't done a main dungeon yet. I was only playing in a friend's world, and the goal was basically to not starve to death. I'll put more playtime in it. No, don't worry. I like how Pal World plays.
Should we really be off work?
My thing is I just wish there was like an end
There's still a lot
goal.
left to do.
Yeah, it's not too accurate. I wouldn't call it an African safari hunt. I just say it was more of a, you know how you have those games that's like protect the castle? Those kind of games. Yeah, there we go. It's like a tower defense game. You build your tower, you defend it with the pals you find. But if the dungeons help push the story, why is that jiggling like that? if the towers are designed to help push the story, then I'll do more of that to see what happens next on my own. Like, I'll do a solo play and see how that works. But I didn't see it so far.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
But on that note, I'm gonna call it an end here. I appreciate you all for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the Lantern Rite with me. I'm normally an art streamer, so if you want to check out my work, you can check me out in the links below at Twitter. At the bottom left, you see my link. If you want to support me in my work and find all alternative versions of the art that I make on stream, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/jmelody. Thank you all for coming by, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.
It's so nice to de-stress.